Welcome to the Cobbler Crackdown, America's #1 source for unbiased propaganda. I am your host, DJ Peach Cobbler. Chris Brown is out sick this week. He bruised his knuckles again. In political news, North Carolina Representative Madison Cawthorn this week is in hot water after a video surfaced of him engaging in lewd acts with his male cousin. The socially conservative representative has already been in trouble for lewd behavior before, as in April, photos surfaced of him dressed in lingerie at a party. The Democratic Party has responded to these salacious leaks with a unanimous LOL, gay boy. Clay Aiken, former American Idol star who hopes to be the Democrat on the Durham, North Carolina ballot during the midterms, has responded to snide Democratic comments and giggles angrily, saying, quote, "The idea that anybody would gay shame someone in order to try to embarrass him in that district and then call themselves a Democrat, I think is ridiculous. And if Democrats are the ones who are attacking him and using his sexual orientation, or worse, jokes about what might be a perceived sexual orientation, I don't really want them in my party, to be honest." Clay Aiken hopes to be the first openly LGBTQ+ member of Congress to represent a southern district. But it remains to be seen if he can overcome the social stigma of coming in second place in American Idol like a fucking loser. Congressman Cawthorn has responded to Mr. Aiken's words of support with, "Shut up, bottom." In even more political news, a portal to hell has opened beneath San Francisco. Speaker of the House of Representatives and representative for the city, Nancy Pelosi, has responded to calls to send in a space marine to kill the icon of sin and close the portal with, "I'm not going to deal with the portal. Just move to a neighborhood without demons. You don't like my solution? Vote for a Republican then, queers." In Ukrainian news, Russian soldiers left a dead Ukrainian's body in the trunk of a car with a landmine under it, causing it to detonate when moved by Ukrainian soldiers. This is just the latest in a long line of creative Russian booby traps which experts say are the result of Operation Roadrunner, a clandestine CIA operation which placed copies of The Art of War by Wile E. Coyote on all Russian generals' pillows. In further Russian incompetence news, according to the UK Defense Minister, downed Russian jets have been found with consumer-grade GPS units taped to the dashboard. Sometimes punchlines write themselves. With midterms rapidly approaching, every news outlet has turned the propaganda machine on overdrive, further dividing our nation and her people. We must confront the possible failure of the American experiment, the smothering of the flames of the Enlightenment beneath the downy pillow of division. I believe that America stands on a precipice, with our current discontent casting an anxious shadow upon an uncertain future below. Algorithms and media have pushed us all into different realities, and us here at the Cobbler Crackdown are eager to play our part. This is the Midterm Meltdown. With Roe v. Wade about to be repealed by the now conservative-packed Supreme Court, one has to wonder what exactly the Republican plan is here. Of course, most people would say simply, repealing Roe v. Wade was the plan. This has been a key part of the Republican platform for decades. They delivered on their promise. Yeah, no, I'm a Democrat, so I don't buy into that. Obviously, everything has a plan. There's a plan behind everything. You don't just make promises and then deliver on them. That doesn't make any sense. It remains to be seen if the Republicans can overcome this Supreme Court decision and still result in a red wave this November. But I think it's likely. Listen to me. I'm a man on the internet. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Joe Biden's approval ratings are at a rock bottom, despite repeated attempts to court the nice-smelling young woman demographic. Inflation's totally fucked, and that is not the Democrats' fault. But, most voters just know that pasta's more expensive now, and that's really all they need to get angry. But of course, who cares about inflation? As Timmy IV on Reddit so eloquently stated under a Washington Post article he didn't read about the GOP betting inflation will outweigh any concerns about abortion rights. Sure, because paying more for a can of beans is an atrocity, but half the country being stripped of their rights, dignity, and agency is no big whoop. Fuck Republicans. Wow, thanks for the input, Timmy. Why does the working class continue to vote for Republicans? If only we could figure it out. Now here's me in a wig with the weather. alright. In financial news, the stock market's redder than the hair of the most bullied child in school this week, as tech stocks collectively lost over $1 trillion in value, with even Bill Gates feeling bearish in the face of rising interest rates. Cryptocurrencies are not faring much better, with Bitcoin continuing to plummet, now being down 50% from its all-time high in November. However, some altcoins continue to do well despite broad bearish sentiment, with Cobcoin only being down 99%. You cannot currently trade Cobcoin on any of the big crypto exchanges, but you can purchase them by PayPaling me $20, after which point I will mail you a Yoplait yogurt lid, which I licked the yogurt off of. Buy the dip. Moon soon. Rocket emoji. In Middle Eastern news, Palestinian freedom fighter Farfour the Mouse has been killed by an Israeli airstrike. Farfour, the chosen child of Allah in the fight against Zionist scum, died as he lived, raging against the decadent machine of the West. His last words were, "Inshallah, the Westerners will see the guiding light of Allah," and subscribe to DJ Peach Cobbler. This has been the Cobbler Crackdown. And don't worry, it's gonna get worse.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.